Good morning and welcome to another We're Training Ida video. Now we're going to be doing the same as the last video I shared, so work with the mounting block and moving forwards to getting on. So I'm just going to try and very quickly talk about how I like to back a horse. So obviously there's a lot of groundwork involved, but the main thing I want to talk about is the experience for the horse. Now, you don't want this experience to be bad. You want it to be calm and lacking stress, because once you have a stressful sort of backing, it's very hard for them, for you to get them to forget that. I know this because back in the day I used to work with horses who were written off as dangerous, and try to fix them. Usually it was a saddle or poor training and so on. So I'm very, very aware of this, and therefore I am quite careful that when I'm backing a horse, it needs to be done very stress-free, very kind to the horse, because at the end of the day we're sitting on the weakest part of our backs. In the wild, a predator, that is where they would jump on their backs to try and bring them down before biting in the scary place. But I just wanted to sort of point this out to people. Backing should not be stressful. Now, Ida's 5 now. She's quite late by many people's standards, but Exmoors don't really stop growing for a while. So moving on to what we're doing, you'll see that we did the leaning, we did the standing on the lower step and then the top step first, before doing the leaning. And you'll notice that I've now started taking the mounting block away. So we're not moving to start with. We're literally just letting her stand there with someone on her back, and then letting Ellie just fall off. I let her fall off purely because she's going to have to get used to that. So when people get off, they're going to be sliding off. So I let her do that. We then move on to a little bit of moving with her on top. Lots of praise involved. We tell her how good she is. We really praise her. I make sure Ellie praises her as well. And then we go back to the mounting block. And the key is to teach her to stand still whilst people are getting on. Now, once she's at the stage where someone can actually properly ride her, because as you can see here, she's going, actually, I'm not really sure about this. So what we're doing is then I move her around and I move her into place again, and we just move the block a little bit so it's in the right position. And we try again. So another lean, take the block away, and then we walk on, just to get her used to someone being on that part of her back. Now, it's also very important to make sure a saddle fits. We don't actually have a saddle that fits her properly yet. So what I have for the moment is I have a saddle square that has some pockets sewn into the front parts either side of the wither, and they have inserts in them to raise the saddle into the correct position. She will get a saddle that fits her properly, but at the moment we are not at that stage. So now we're coming up to something a little bit more advanced. She's gone back a bit because she's going, ooh, I'm not sure. So we're just doing again the let's relax. Now she's relaxed a bit, on Ellie gets. So this is the first time anyone has sat on Ida. You'll see from her body position, she's not sure how to move the rider on, but that's fine. And we've given her loads of praise. We've let Ellie get off normally. We've praised her. We've told her what a good girl she is. And we've left it at that because then she can just think about it, mull it over. So don't do too much if you're backing a horse and you're just doing this stage, because there's a lot to think about.